Have you ever had a good idea? Or have you ever figured something important or something that you didn't necessarily know was important, but you figured it out and you suddenly feel happy and fulfilled? For example, figuring something out about your life, like what you want and what you don't want. All of these things, when you get excited and you feel happy, fulfilled, and proud of this, all these good emotions is you tapping into a higher frequency. And that's what I want to talk about today. You know, when you are experiencing good emotions from probably having solved something, realized something in your life, or realize something for a friend or like that, when you get these good emotions, it's because you tapped into a higher frequency. And this frequency, when you're on this higher frequency, it has all the answers. So when you're ever feeling stuck and you're feeling like you don't know what to do and you feel bad, it's because you are in a low vibrational state. And you get out of it when you're in a high vibrational state. In a high vibrational state, everything is good. You have no problems. You're grateful. You have all good emotions all the time. It does exist, and this can happen to you if you maintain a high frequency. It's hard to maintain a high frequency all the time, but this is what it's like to be having a high frequency all the time. And if you ever get a good idea and you realize something, we tend to want to write it down before we forget it, right? If you get a good idea, we want to write it down so we can remember it tomorrow when we need it. But then tomorrow comes and you're sitting there reading it again and it doesn't feel like the same. It doesn't feel like such a good idea anymore. And that's because you're at a lower vibrational frequency. Or, vibrational state. And that's why it doesn't really matter to take notes of these things, because if it's good, you will remember it when you tap into a high frequency. Or maybe you don't remember it, but you'll find something even better. And this is like letting go of the scarcity mindset. It's a scarce mindset to want to write it down because you're afraid that you're going to lose a good idea. But realize when you tap into your higher frequency, the good ideas will be in an abundance. And the good idea you got and you want to remember, next time you tap into your frequency, to your highest frequency, you will get an even better idea. So don't be afraid. Let the good ideas flow. You can write them down if you want, but just be aware that it's not, it's probably not gonna feel like the same when you read it up the next day. So if it's really a good idea, the next time you tap into it, you will remember it. It will come up again. And this is why we don't need to write these things down if we wish. If we thought we was going to need to write this down, we don't really have to, because just realize the idea, you got the idea because you tapped into your creative self and you tapped into your great self that has ideas, creative things in abundance. And when you get an idea from here, when you get an idea from your creative self, that is brilliant. That is great. Everything there is good. And you should believe that everything you get from there is absolutely incredible. If you start believing as well that you make these great ideas and you are creative and you think of solutions, if you believe that you're that guy as well, you can tap into this state more frequently, and that will help you to raise your vibration generally, and that's very good. And if you need help with raising your frequency, or finding out what you want and what you don't want for your life, I have just created a community where I gladly invite people in to have a chat with me and grow in, self-development things along with me. It's called Grow with Philip, so that's kind of in the name. You should grow alongside of me, and we should have a community where we can share ideas with each other and help each other out. I also have included some value in there, like I break down how you can shift your identity and have what you want and what you don't want, and show you the theory and the steps behind how you actually get it as well. So I have that. I'll put a link to that in the description, but I also just want to finish up here with something. Like, if it's coming from inside of you, it's always true. It's always right. So when you're sitting there and you're struck by gold from your mind, you're struck by a great creative thought or great idea, if it came from inside of you, you should listen. You should trust yourself that this is good. I just wanted to tell you that as well. So thanks, guys. You can also follow me on Instagram. I'll put that in there in the description. Yeah, so you can see my daily life and what I do, what I read, what I eat. The eggs. Gotta eat the eggs. Yeah, thank you.